Staring at a blank homepage? Use this 5-question blueprint to turn a blank canvas into business. I'm Levi from Hog the Web, and we've built hundreds of websites and analyzed hours of user session recordings. Here's the pattern that consistently moves visitors from scanning to acting. The first section of your homepage is called the hero section, and this section is the most important. You have 5 seconds to keep your visitors from bouncing. So it's important that you answer the first 2 questions straight away. Who is this for, and what do they get? And you do this using the headline and subheading text. So we can take a look here at Stripe's homepage, and their main headline is Financial Infrastructure to Grow Your Revenue. So right away, we can see that they are focusing on the outcome that you get from using their service, which is grow your revenue. So what are they? They are financial infrastructure, in short. And what do? They help grow your revenue. The subheading builds on that a little bit. Join the millions of companies, so a little bit of trust credibility building there. Companies is showing that they're catering to companies, and not so much individuals. Use Stripe to accept payments online and in person, embed financial services, power custom revenue models, and build a more profitable business. So there you go. Straight to the point. And people who visit their homepage know right away if that's what they're looking for. Now, if you're a local service business, it's a good idea to include the general service area, serving Tampa Bay homeowners or for businesses in the greater Denver area. Those kind of things can be really helpful and reinforce to the visitor that they are indeed in the right place, that you serve their needs. And again, you want to focus on the outcome that they're going to get, not just the service itself. So rather than saying house painting services, you want to say enjoy a beautifully painted home. And then we want to include your main call to action in the hero section, whether that's booking a free consultation, scheduling a demo, calling your business, or viewing your plans and pricing. A lot of companies too are starting to incorporate little mini trust badges in the hero section as well. For example, Liquid Web here, they include their Trustpilot score right there in the hero section. And that's getting into the third question that you want a homepage to answer, which is, has this worked well for others? Or why should they trust you? A common way to do this is through a logo grid or logo slider. If you've worked with well-known brands, include some of those. That familiarity establishes credibility. If you're not a B2B, but you're more of a business to consumer, this would be a good place to include some reviews. Now, as for the image, if you're a SaaS company and your product is an app, showing an image of your app interface and how user-friendly it is obviously a great thing to include here. But another way is to include pictures of happy people, and we feel a connection to other humans. So when you have people's faces and it doesn't look too much like stock photography, then naturally people are going to feel a little bit more connected, especially if you can get a picture of people that are enjoying the end result of the service that you provide. If you're a landscaping company, showing not just a picture of a beautiful landscape, but a beautiful landscape with a family enjoying that space together is going to be really powerful at showing visitors what they get by working with you. Oh, and with the calls to action, don't go more than 2. 1 is great, 2 is doable. If you have 2 distinct groups in your audience, for instance, if you're a nonprofit and you have a certain call to action for the people in the community that you serve and a different call to action to donors and foundations that are trying to learn more about what you do. Now, the next section is the problem solution section. And so that's where you make it really clear that you understand the pain points of the visitor before you offer your solution. HubSpot here has growing a business is hard. HubSpot makes it easier. Disconnected tools and data slow you down. HubSpot connects everything and everyone in one place to make growing a business easier than you think. And then boom, they've got their calls to action to get a demo or get started for free. They also included a breakdown of different components of their product. After the problem solution section, that's where you actually present some of your main solutions. For the language, you really want to orient it around the benefits that those things provide, not just the technical details. Marketing Hub, it doesn't say what the Marketing Hub is, it just says attract and convert the right leads, run campaigns, personalize content, and track it all. It's not giving us a lot of technical details about what that is, but they're telling us the benefit of using it. And I'm sure if we click learn more, we would go and get more information. So that's one of the other functions of a homepage. It's kind of like a table of contents that helps direct users to get more information about the specific solutions that they need. So the goal of the problem solution section is to build empathy, to show your prospective customer that you really understand where they're at. And that means that you're going to be able to solve their problem much better. People buy based on deeper feelings. And then once you've established those feelings, then they're ready for some of the more technical, like list of features and the details to justify their decision. And it's becoming more common to include your pricing, even a rough ballpark of your services, right up front and center. Be very transparent with your pricing, because oftentimes that's one of the primary ways that people qualify whether you're the right fit for them or not. And more people are using AI chatbots to do their research for them. And most of the time in their prompt, they're going to include some sort of budget constraint. So if you don't make your pricing transparent, then the AI chatbot's not going to know whether or not you qualify for what they're looking for. And so they're just going to exclude you and instead choose an option that's more transparent about their pricing. Yeah, here's Stripe again. So they're focusing on the benefits they provide, not just the features and the technical details. A fully integrated suite of financial and payment products, accept and optimize payments globally. So that's an action. That's what you do with their service. Capture recurring revenue, set up multi-party payments and payouts, create card issuing program. All right, we're starting to get more technical. So you understand, as we go further down the page, then we start getting into more of the nitty gritty and the details, getting into the more rational side, the nuts and bolts type questions, once you've established trust and empathy. So then what are our last two questions? What is the next step to get started? So what to do? Of course, we have been including calls to action all throughout the page. And again, you want to keep it consistent. For example, the get a demo button is always bright orange. The get started free button has a transparent or clear background. You can also do the learn more links that help people go deeper into your content. That's not quite the same as a call to action. The call to action is the conversion event. That's where they actually take the first step to getting started. So you want to make that really clear. And if your service isn't just sign up and start using it, but there's more of a process to it, typically more of a B2B type thing, then it can be helpful to add a how it works section to your homepage. Like a step 1, 2, 3 is a good way to break it down. And then what's the final question? What if I'm not ready yet? Somewhere towards the bottom of your page, you want to address any lingering objections or questions they might have that might be holding them back from taking that action that you want them to take. So an FAQ section is great. Plus, the FAQ section is a great place to incorporate a lot of SEO keywords and semantic terms to help your homepage rank higher in search engines, which generally need more lengthy text than a normal homepage would typically have. Let's see if we can find an example here. Yeah, here we go. So on Slice WP, we got frequently asked towards the bottom of the homepage, frequently asked questions. Is Slice right for me? Does Slice charge a percentage for each commission? Can I add a dedicated area for my affiliates? And so on. And these are also the types of prompts that people will often ask chat tools about. So this is a great place to get in some of those keywords and contextual question answer type content that AI chatbots can scrape from your website and then serve up to the people that are asking them questions to make your brand more likely to be the one that's recommended. Quick tip, if your service offerings are more complex, consider a mega menu. That's one of these larger menus where you click on something in the main menu and it expands out and has a bunch more options. Most companies probably don't need that, but again, if what you offer is quite complex, then that could be a good option for you. Just keep in mind, those aren't as effective for mobile users. Oh, and if you show reviews or testimonials, showing a photo of the person can really build confidence, especially video testimonials are way more impactful than just written ones. And then, linking your review section out to some third-party review source like Trustpilot or Google Reviews or Yelp builds credibility. Another thing to consider including on your homepage is a flex section where you talk more about your business and what you've achieved. For example, right here, the backbone of global commerce with some really significant, oh, that's fun. Interactive elements too are good at keeping engagement. Here's another one, voted #1 in all these reports. We got some different awards. Why Liquid Web? Why choose you? So again, in very simple terms, what sets you apart from your competition? Usually that about section will link over to a full about page if they want to really learn more about your company. All right, there you go. From a blank canvas to a website homepage that delivers results, connects to your target audience, builds trust, builds empathy, and builds a strong case for them to take action and become a customer. So speaking of taking actions, if you found anything valuable here, please like and subscribe, share a comment below, and thanks for watching.